I looked at the program, seeing what the activities we would do throughout the 5 days, I was seeing something that I have done before, only to come here and find so much new information, new techniques, new skills, and I would say I have learned a lot.
The experience I've had during this seminar, the 5-day seminar, was awesome and beautiful, I would say. I mean, in campus and other areas of studies, I've been taught about communication, but not in so much detail as to when it was practical, and I could witness that. You know, most of the time, these things are theorized, these things are not spoken in a very practical language, but in this seminar, we got a hands-on, and the directors or facilitators will come and direct things even on our laptops. So generally, a very memorable seminar I'll never forget.
We have one Dominican maxim that says, never deny, seldom affirm, always distinguish. And so for me, it's the idea that yes, whenever we are confronted with situations, it's not a matter of outrightly denying or just agreeing to it, but what marks a Dominican is the fact that we are able to distinguish facts. And so for me, yes, this whole training has really captured that sense of the aspect of that Dominican maxim, that yes, we have to always distinguish, and that is a true mark of a Dominican in any kind of communication.
The topic which I fell in love on it was audience reception. I have really learned so many things that I think they are very much helpful as I prepare for my future ministry, and also given the chances that we normally get to speak on public, I think the skills that we have got on audience matters a lot. Just to know that most of the time audience is right, and as a public speaker, it's my duty to make them attentive. And I've also learned that before you speak, you have already communicated something. So this is very much helpful to know that as I'm preparing to go and speak to people, I really need to look at what I'm putting on, how I'm going to the stage, and where I'm starting. Because as we said in the class, before people understand, they need to listen, and before they listen, they need to care. So it's the duty of a public speaker to make them care about what he or she is going to say.
There was a presentation about ethos, pathos, logos, and how the interplay between these three things brings an effective communication. Well, they do, and I enjoyed that day. It was, pleasant how the theory meets the practical, just like I said, and it was fascinating, I would say. We are living in a world where pragmatism has to apply. It's not about what has been textualized. It's about what works. And you will find people that needs you to appeal to their emotion. For example, you are talking to a meaningful group of people. There's no demand for logic. No one's needed to know how precise you are, how accurate you are, how arguably you can become. You're talking to a group of students, just like I said, quantum physicists, emotions are not relevant. You need to appeal to their logic. You need to convince them why the race take what they do, logically and not emotionally. There are no need of emotions. Then there are places where ethos is needed. There's places where trust is needed, and in classes, of course, you have earned trust. In a meaningful session, you have earned trust of those people. But there are people in political rallies, you really need to earn their trust. So I would say these things are adapted to context and not used as the whole thing or integrated into once.
What I held was that public speaking was mainly about the speaker giving information or disseminating his facts. I had little consideration for the audience. That really didn't cross my mind as often as it ought to. One thing that stood out for me was the fact that I ought to be open to insight. And from our lesson on the audience, the knowledge of the audience, it made me open to insight. One, I understood that I don't hold knowledge, and as a preacher I should be open to insights from whoever's contribution would be of help to my preaching. So openness to contribution, openness to insights will help me be more effective to the people I am speaking to.
The one thing that I would say I have learned and I've changed a lot about my public speaking skills would be the approach of any public speaking talk, that you must approach it from the point of the audience, in that you must seek to know your audience, who they are, what they do, what they need, and then you seek to address you seek to connect with the audience better and to address the issue, whatever issue it may be, in a way that they would connect and understand it and get it better.
This training, it has opened my mind and it has challenged me to be able to adjust to different situations that will face me in my ministerial life. In fact, it's not even waiting for that time to come. Currently, I'm doing my ministry at Langata Women Prison. I remember one of the assignments we did, one of the afternoons, was to give a talk to the women who are in prisons, those who are mourning, and the university students. This has opened my horizon to be open to whichever situation I come across with God's help.
Personally, sometimes there has been a way I perceive maybe the audience might have an issue. But going through this workshop has really showed me that it's usually the work of he who is communicating to adjust, to know his audience, and so make some good kind of preparation so that he can adapt his content, his message to the audience and its needs. So it has helped me a lot, and I hope I will be able to prepare so sufficiently for the coming ministry.
Public speaking, I believe, is very necessary in priesthood formation and in the priestly life, because whatever we learn in school is good. We get more of the content, and of course in courses like homiletics we get to learn how to speak to people. But I believe it's way broader. It's not all the time we're in the pulpit preaching. We engage with people in different forums. When you visit small Christian communities, when you're giving workshops to CWA groups, CMA youth groups, PMC, and other devotional groups in the church, really you need to be grounded in communication skills so as to be able to reach the people in a better way. So for me, I'm convinced this is very necessary for all groups, those information, and even for priests already in the ministry. One thing I appreciate the LCMC is the diverse topics that they offer. And again, the teamwork among the facilitators, I really appreciate, and also the location and generally the environment is quite enabling for people to learn what they can learn and really voice their concerns and get addressed adequately. And for me, yes, for me it's a matter of urging them to create more forums like this and reach different groups, and especially to all pastoral agents, be it sisters, brothers, priests, PMC animators, and all liturgical groups in the church, that they can be trained to be effective communicators.
The church says we inherited a deposit of faith. And this deposit of faith is not to be held by a particular group of people. I mean, Christ was for all. And all people demanded the good news. Communication is the tool. Communication is the medium to which you bring the truth of Christ to them. So I'm very fascinated by the fact that I have had a communication seminar. I mean, I'll get to reach to more people, speak to them effectively. They get to listen to the word. That's the whole point on why Christ sent us on mission.
St. Ignatius of Loyola intended to teach the heart and to be missionaries. You are really doing your work. Nowadays, preaching the gospel doesn't just need us, those who are being trained for this, but everyone can preach the gospel. And preaching the gospel doesn't mean that you stand there and you preach the word of God. What you do to help people live virtuous and a moral life, and also to trigger out the skills they are having and to help them use that skills in a proper way. it's another way we can preach very well. And this is what you are doing. You see, you have triggered the sleeping giants in us. Now we are going back to the world to preach the truth in a proper and a better way.